The sand gripped her like a lover's embrace turned fatal, grains whispering secrets as they pressed against her skin, burying her alive up to her neck on this godforsaken alien beach. Ilara Voss closed her eyes, tasting salt and despair, waiting for the tide of Xerion's crimson ocean to rise and claim her. She had fought. Oh, how she had fought, but the swarm had been relentless, their chitinous bodies clicking like broken clocks as they dragged her here, a sacrifice to their hive god. Death was coming, slow and inevitable. But then, cutting through the wind's howl, a voice. Human. Impossible. Hold on, it said, faint but urgent. I'm coming for you. Her eyes snapped open. The twin suns of Xerion beat down mercilessly, turning the dunes into a shimmering sea of red and gold. Hallucination? Dehydration's cruel trick? Ilara's mind raced back to the crash, the colony ship splintering against the planet's unforgiving atmosphere 3 months ago. Only 12 survivors, scattered like debris. She was the last, or so she thought. The voice came again, closer now, laced with static from some ancient comm device. Don't move. The sand shifts. I'm almost there. Panic surged through her veins, mingling with hope. Who? How? The swarm's patrols scuttled nearby. She could hear their distant chitters. If this was real, it was a miracle. If not, well, madness was a mercy before drowning. She strained her neck, the sand scraping her raw flesh, and spotted a figure cresting a distant dune. Humanoid, cloaked in tattered survival gear, moving with desperate speed. But as he approached, something felt wrong. His shadow stretched too long under the suns, unnatural. What if he wasn't alone? The man, if it was a man, slid down the slope, boots kicking up clouds of dust. He was tall, gaunt, with a face etched by hardship, eyes hidden behind cracked visor lenses. Ilara Voss? From the Arcadia? His voice was rough, like gravel underfoot, but human. Undeniably human. He dropped to his knees beside her, hands digging frantically. We thought you were dead. The others, they're waiting. Others, she croaked, her throat a desert. The swarm had picked off her team one by one, their screams echoing in her nightmares. Who are you? Name's Kai. Kai Harlan, engineer from the lower decks. He glanced over his shoulder, paranoia etched in every line. No time. The tide's turning. As if on cue, the ocean's edge crept closer, waves lapping hungrily. But that was only the beginning. Kai's hands worked like pistons, scooping sand away for her shoulders. Pain flared as circulation returned, pins and needles stabbing her limbs. How did you find me? Ilara asked, her voice gaining strength. The swarm didn't leave survivors. They buried them as offerings alive to feed their larval queens beneath the dunes. Tracked your beacon. Faint, but there. He nodded to a device on his wrist, glowing faintly blue. We've got a camp hidden in the canyons. Supplies from the wreck. But the bugs, they're evolving. Smarter every day. Ilara's heart pounded. Evolving? The initial scans had shown the swarm as primitive insects, territorial but not intelligent. Yet they'd ambushed her patrol with tactics, traps. As Kai freed her arms, she grabbed a sleeve. Wait, how many others? 8 now, including you. He pulled her up, her legs buckling beneath her. She leaned on him, the world spinning. But in the distance, a low hum rose, the swarm's approach. Run, Kai whispered, or we're both food. They stumbled across the dunes, Ilara's muscles screaming in protest. The suns dipped lower, casting elongated shadows that danced like phantoms. Behind them, the sand erupted, black, carapaces gleaming as the swarm burst forth. Chitters turned to shrieks, a symphony of hunger. Kai fired a makeshift blaster, salvage tech from the ship, bolts sizzling through the air, felling the closest pursuers. Faster, he urged. They crested another dune, diving into a narrow crevice that led to hidden canyons. The walls closed in, red rock veined with glowing minerals that pulsed like veins. Ilara's breath came in gasps. Why me? Why risk it? Kai paused, his visor cracking open to reveal eyes the color of storm clouds. Because you're the only one who knows the truth about the Arcadia, what really brought us here. His words hung heavy, a revelation dangling like bait. What truth? The mission had been colonization standard protocol. Or had it? They emerged into a makeshift camp, tents fashioned from hull scraps, flickering holograms projecting false dunes to camouflage. Faces turned toward them, haggard, hopeful. A woman with braided hair rushed forward. Ilera? God, it's you. Lena, the biologist, others followed. Marcus the pilot, young Tavi the medic, and more she recognized from a manifest. But as embraces were exchanged, Ilera noticed the absences. Captain Reyes gone, Dr. Hale missing, and in the center of camp, a strange artifact hummed, a crystalline obelisk, alien unearthed from canyons. It glowed with inner light, whispering in tongues unknown. What is that? Ilera asked, dread coiling in her gut. Kai's smile didn't reach his eyes. The reason we're all going to die, or live forever. None of them were prepared for the truth. In the dim glow of the camp's solar lamps, Ilera sat by the fire pit, a holographic flame to avoid detection, sipping rehydrated broth that tasted like regret. The group huddled close, sharing stories of survival. Lena spoke first, her voice trembling. The swarm isn't native. Not entirely. We found ruins, Ilera. Ancient, predating human space travel by millennia. Marcus nodded, his pilot's jacket torn. The Arcadia didn't crash by accident. Sabotage. From within. Ilera's spoon paused midair. Sabotage? The ship had been state-of-the-art, Earth's finest for the Xerion expedition. Who? Tavi, barely 20, glanced at Kai. We don't know. But that obelisk, it's a beacon. Calling something. The crystal pulsed brighter, as if listening. Ilera approached it, hand outstretched. Touching it sent a jolt through her. A vision, stars wheeling, ships of light descending, beings of pure energy merging with flesh. She yanked back, gasping. It's alive. Conscious. Kai stepped closer. We think it's a remnant of the Elders, the race that seeded this planet. They experimented on life, blending tech and biology. The swarm? They're guardians, mutated over eons. But why bury her? Why the rituals? Questions swirled like the sandstorms outside. As night fell, Xerion's moons rose, bathing the canyons in ethereal blue. Ilera couldn't sleep, her mind replaying the burial. The swarm hadn't killed her outright. They'd positioned her facing the ocean, as if waiting for something to emerge. A scream pierced the night. Tavi bolted upright. Patrol. The camp erupted into chaos. Swarm drones, smaller, faster scouts, swarmed the entrance. Blasters fired, bodies thudded. Ilera grabbed a weapon, her shots precise from years of training. One drone lunged at her, mandibles clicking. She dodged, firing point-blank. It exploded in ichor. In the aftermath, they counted losses. 1 dead, 2 wounded. Kai bandaged a gash on his arm. They're testing us. Learning. Ilera met his gaze. And that obelisk? It's drawing them. Lena shook her head. It's more. I decoded fragments. The Elders didn't die out. They ascended. Became something else. This is their key. Ascended? The word echoed. Ilera felt a pull, like the crystal called to her specifically. What I saw next changed everything. Days blurred into a rhythm of survival. They fortified the camp, rigging traps with salvaged wiring that delivered electric shocks. Ilera took watch shifts, staring at the obelisk as it hummed softer tunes, almost melodic. Visions came unbidden now. Memories not her own. A war among stars, elders fleeing pursuers, dark entities, void-born, hungering for essence. Kai noticed her distraction. One evening, as they shared rations under the stars, he confided, I was the one who activated it. After the crash. Thought it was a power source. You what? Ilera's anger flared. You doomed us. His eyes darkened. I saved us. The ship was rigged to explode on landing. Someone wanted no survivors. The obelisk, it shielded the camp. Masked our life signs. Betrayal? From Earth? The colony mission had been hailed as humanity's bold step, funded by the United Terran Alliance. But whispers on board, corporate espionage, hidden agendas. Ilera remembered Dr. Hale arguing with the captain before the descent. Hale, the Xenotech specialist, we need to destroy it, Marcus argued in council. Lena protested. No, it's knowledge. The Elder's legacy, immortality through fusion, human and alien as one. The group fractured. Tavi sided with Lena, curious. Others feared. Ilera felt torn. The visions showed promise, cures for diseases, endless energy, but at what cost? Human emotion clashed with alien logic, cold and calculating. That night, a storm hit, winds howling like banshees. Lightning cracked, illuminating shapes in the sky. Not clouds. Ships? No illusions from the obelisk, or so they thought. But a figure emerged from the tempest, Dr. Hale, alive, cloaked in swarm chitin-like armor. Traitor, Kai growled, raising his blaster. Hale raised hands. Wait, I come in peace. His voice was altered, echoing with multiple tones. The swarm chose me. Merged. Ilera stepped forward. Merged? You're one of them? Hale's eyes glowed faintly. The Elder's gift. Enhanced. I sabotaged the ship to protect this world. Earth would exploit it, turn it to weapons. The revelation hit, like a wave. Earth's true intent, not colonization but extraction. The obelisk held blueprints for God tech. Hale had buried Ilera not to kill, but to initiate, expose her to the Sans Nanites, preparing her for merger. Why me, she demanded. Because you're pure, uncorrupted by greed. Hale extended a hand, tendrils of light snaking from his fingers. Join us. Become more. The group tensed. Kai aimed. Don't listen. But the choice loomed, a moral dilemma sharp as a blade. Accept evolution, betray humanity? Or fight, preserve the soul? Tension coiled, ready to snap. In the storm's eye, Ilera hesitated. Hale's words tempted, visions of unity, peace across galaxies. But her fears screamed. Loss of self, emotions drowned in logic. No, she said finally, we're human. Flawed but free. Kai fired. Hale dodged unnaturally fast, retreating into the night with a warning. The void comes. Without us, you're doomed. The camp fell silent, but the damage was done. Distrust festered. Marcus accused Kai of hiding truths. You activated it knowing? Kai admitted partial guilt. I suspected, but survival first. Ilera's inner conflict raged. The Nanites in her blood now whispered, urging merger. She felt stronger, senses sharpened. Was she changing? Exploration parties ventured deeper into canyons, seeking answers. They found murals. Elders depicted as luminous beings battling shadow creatures that devoured stars. The Voidborn, ancient foes drawn by the obelisk signal. We lit a beacon for monsters, Lena whispered. A low point came when Tavi, experimenting with Nanites, mutated. His skin hardened, eyes blank. It feels right, he murmured before attacking, driven mad. They subdued him. But the loss crushed Ilera. Tears fell as she held his hand. We're losing ourselves. Kai pulled her close. Not yet. Their bond grew, born of shared horror. But romance in apocalypse? Fragile as glass. Scouts reported swarm masses gathering. Hale leading them. War brewed. Mid-story, the turning point struck like thunder. During a raid for supplies, Ilera touched a hidden chamber's core. Visions flooded. The elders hadn't ascended willingly. Forced by Voidborn, a trap. Merger wasn't gift, it was enslavement, bodies hollowed for invasion. Wait, this is not what I expected, Ilera gasped. The obelisk wasn't salvation, it was a Trojan horse. Hale? A puppet. She raced back, warning the group. Destroy it. Now. But Hale attacked first, swarm overwhelming. Blasters blazed, bodies fell. Kai shielded Ilera, taking a hit. Blood-soaked sand. In the melee, Ilera reached the obelisk. Nanites surged, offering power. Temptation peaked. Use it to win? Or shatter? She chose human. Smashed it with a rock, crystal fracturing. Energy exploded, repelling swarm. Hale screamed, collapsing, humanity flickering back. What have you done? The void? As dust settled, survivors tallied. For left. Kai wounded badly, but the swarm retreated, disorganized without the signal. Yet victory bittersweet. Skies darkened unnaturally. Voidborn approaching. Hale's last words. You doomed us all. Ilera tended Kai, emotions raw. We fight as us. They fled to higher ground, building anew, but scans showed anomalies, ships incoming. Not human, alien. The final confrontation loomed. Voidborn landed. Shadowy forms oozing from vessels, hunger palpable. Ilera, nanites enhancing without full merger, led defense. Trap sprung, but Void consumed. In climax, she confronted the core entity, a writhing mass. Why us? It responded telepathically, we feed on essence. Elders fed us worlds. Kai, dying, handed her a detonator. Salvage nuke from wreck. For us. Tears streaming, she activated. Explosion ripped reality, Void shrieking. Awakening in rubble, Ilera alone? No, Lena and Marcus survived. Kai gone. They rebuilt, human spirit enduring. But as new dawn broke, Ilera heard whispers, not nanites, but hope. In the quiet aftermath, she stood on the beach where it began, waves gentle now. The voice that saved her? Echo of future self, perhaps, or fate. And as stars wheeled above, she whispered, we are not alone, but we are free. The sands shifted softly, as if agreeing, carrying secrets into eternity.